Moving on to our next match, though. I'm amazed. This is the first time in a very long while that I actually have like a legit winner semis. And what is this? This isn't Ninjara. What is this? Ripha getting ready for the arms party crash by equipping a myriad of different arms to fully capitalize on the full loadout of arms for Ninjara. Has chosen to start this match with the Popper Guardian loadout. Now this might look like a very odd loadout for Ninjara, but he's actually pretty capable of utilizing this loadout very effectively. And as we're seeing here, Ripha is already starting off with a solid health lead, just effectively walling out a lot of options with that Guardian, and just getting immensely strong pokes in with the Popper, and just these grabs, really capitalizing on that Guardian's extremely high speed, and just kind of slowing this fight out to a crawl, and then bursting things out with these quick grabs. It's putting Ripha in a very dominant position, as Yam's just not able to keep up with this tempo, with this timing, with the rhythm of this dance, as Ripha constantly changing up the pace at which this dance is commencing. Yam's starting to find an opportunity though, gets the Dragon Arm Phoenix, and is going to get a charged Parasol, starting to get some more pressure in. Has to be careful though, as Ripha could easily just wall them out with a Guardian Rush. Gonna try to go in for the Popper Poke right above, but yeah, I'm going to be able to safely get out of there, deal some strong damage, but Ripha still in the lead just by a little bit with a few seconds left on the clock. Yeah, I'm going to get a little bit more damage. Ripha with an immensely solid read does land the Popper, and that's going to be enough to take the round with the timeout. Heading right into this next round, Ripha switching the Popper over for a Slamamander. Gonna try to cover Yam's movement and play in a slightly different approach. That said, starting things off, Yam going to be in a much more advantaged position here. Gets that Dragon Arm set up and is in a health lead. Bat Trampling gonna quickly break open as players constantly getting knocked down time and time again. Yeah, I'm holding on to a very solid health lead here and gets a nice read on that shield. Gets a hearty amount of damage on that grab and is now just looking for a little bit more damage to take Ripha out. Ripha still has a lot of work to do in order to bring this back, and it's going to be fairly unlikely as that Guardian just struggles so much more in the disadvantaged state. That's one of the tricky things about the Guardian, especially opposed to the Clapback. Where the Clapback is a little more consistently well balanced, the Guardian is immensely a win more tool. If you're winning with the Guardian, you're probably going to keep winning. If you're losing with the Guardian, you're probably going to keep losing. Ripha changing things out, has gone for a full wind loadout. Slamamander and Popper is going to take that rush, but is just continuing to poke in Yam and get some strong damage. That's not going to be able to break through that shield. Gets a bit of damage in there though, and is able to keep that pressure going, just consistently keeping Yam backed up to the wall. Yam trying to find an opportunity to get that Dragon Arm. That Phoenix is going to give a very solid chance though, but quickly loses it to another charged Popper. Ripha definitely has to be careful though, as this rush could easily KO, and he's gonna dodge right out of the way of it with two very precise evades. Tries to go in for the grab. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to box it out and just continuing to try to push Ripha away, but Ripha just continuing to keep them locked into the corner, and this rush is going to be able to push through. Ripha taking the first game. Just looking at how some of the other things are going. Let's see, where are we going? Back to Mazo. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to Lollipop. Ripha gonna stick with that loadout, heading straight back into the Mausoleum. Lollipop might be a little bit more effective of a pick. We'll have to see how it really turns out, though. Starting things off, though, Ripha getting a quick poke in with that popper. Starts with a very light lead, but Yam finding his way in, is getting some nice damage, and the Scorpion going to be able to nibble its way in. Gets a nice 100 damage and is going to cement or give Yam a very light advantage. These two medium weight arms, two different path methods too, are kind of working out pretty well for Yam, as it's just covering a lot more of Ripha's options and just allowing Yam to get a few more better punishes. Gets a nice poison in, and that's going to slow Ripha down just a little bit, and allows Yam to get some light damage, continuing to hold onto the slightest of leads. Yam just constantly eating so many chip hits to their health bar, but it's really working out well for them, as it's just so much more optimal than getting just locked out of things. And these pokes are just slowly working out for Yam and just allowing them to get some nice pressure. They do still need to be very careful, as a rush exchange will very easily determine who takes this. Thinks they had the opportunity, but Ripha just leaps right over. Safely dodges out of the way, and with that, I think Yam has this. Gets the 2 hits, and Yam taking a round off of Ripha. Just some exceptional plays there. Some very solid movement. And Yam going to be able to make it work out well enough. Ripha switching back over to the Salamander. Yam switching over to the Tri-Blast, putting that Sparky away. Even after all those confirms, I think that loadout was just really working out for them. But this Tri-Blast is also doing some work. These two arms in conjunction just allowing Yam to pressure Ripha out in a way that's really putting Yam in the advantage. Yam trying to play things patiently, especially at such a health lead, and now with that trampoline out, it makes those quick grabs that Ripha likes so much with this loadout so much more difficult, and it's just allowing Yam to get these safe punishes, these safe pokes. That rush is going to come out in Yam's advantage, as the Scorpion leaps right out from the side after that second swing, and allows Yam to continue to dominate this round. Some amazing plays on Yam's end, going to allow them to bring the score to a 1-1. Alright, heading into our next match, we are going to be heading over to Via Dolce. Yam with some amazing plays. Just impeccable moments there, especially with that rush exchange. I'm gonna actually make a note of that. Hang on. Yeah, that's good. Epic rush punish at 112. Okay, I'll try to remember that so I can clip it later. Alright, heading into this next match, yeah, I'm switching over, aside from the Tri-Blast, to end the Sparky, this time going in with a Popper as well. This stage and loadout pick maybe favoring Ripha a little bit more, especially with that wide grab, just keeping Ripha at the slightest of advantages. Trying to get a catch in there with that charge popper, but Ripha just continuing to get some nice pokes, some nice damage in, and is going to get a charge popper, just cementing that lead even further. These intense, scary corners really giving Yam a hard time and keeping Ripha in a very advantaged state. This Guardian going to safely protect Ripha. Yam throwing it out a little too aggressively. And just not able to get around that Guardian. Yam definitely not going to be able to take this round. It just seems so unlikely. So at this point, it might be a good idea for Yam just to try to build up Rush. Try to put themselves in an off position where they might have an advantaged round next time. Especially if they could bait out a Rush. Very unlikely though. Ripha's going to get the kill, the knockout blow. Yeah, I'm sticking with the popper here. After the results from the previous two arms, I'm curious as to why Yam has chosen to try the popper now instead of those other arms. As the Sparky was actually working out very well. The Sparky and the Tri-Blast specifically. Where the popper right now, it's boxing with the popper and not really outboxing much like the other arms were. And it's just giving Yam a much rougher time. This loadout just really not working out well for them. Does get the rush though. 340 damage and gets a poison on top. That's going to cement Yam with a light lead. And that's going to be an advantage that Yam really needs to be able just to hold on to this. As, once again, the poppers just, or that Guardian just struggles so much more when the opponent is advantaged. Ripha trying to go in for some damage, get some nice pressure, has Yam backed into a corner, and is going to find a grab, quickly evening out that health pool. Yam really has to be careful as that quick knockdown is going to put Ripha now in advantage. Both players ready with Rush. Could very likely come down to a Rush exchange. Or a single hit could easily determine this from here on. With 10 seconds left on the clock, there's very little either side can do. Yam now, their hand forced, dives into the popper, and that's going to allow Ripha to take this 2-1. I feel like if Yam picked, just stuck with the Tri-Blast, stuck with the Sparky, that might have been a round that Yam could have potentially took. Just that popper really did not work out the way they wanted it to. And then they just stuck with it, and it got a lot closer, but Ripha was just able to utilize his popper a little bit more effectively.